way too early. 2021 mock draft. We're doing 3-part series on this. We'll be doing the top 10 tonight. Without further ado, my first pick, Jacksonville Jaguars taking best quarterback available. The Gardner Minshew didn't work. The experiment did not work. So they're taking Trevor Lawrence, the best, in my opinion, the best quarterback in this draft. 6'6", 220 pounds. Threw last year for 3,665 yards, 36 touchdowns to 8 interceptions. That's a completion percentage of 65.8. I think the kid can't miss. He's very athletic. He's got a strong arm. He's only lost one game out of starting in 2 seasons.
I don't think he's the best quarterback in the draft, but there's a lot of people that think he is. He's huge, 6'6",
Cannon for an arm.
I don't think he misses too many passes, but
65.8% completion percentage.
yeah, and he's high touchdowns, low interceptions, and he can run.
He can run. He's very good.
I just think he's going to get hurt. I think he's a great quarterback prospect. All right, with the first overall pick, I have Jacksonville selecting Justin Fields. I think he's about to have a legendary season next year. He threw for last year 3,273 yards. He had 9.2 yards per attempt, 41 touchdowns to only 3 interceptions, just under 490 rushing yards and 10 rushing touchdowns. I just think he's the best quarterback prospect in the class, most athletic quarterback in the class.
Him and Trevor Lawrence 1-1A. It really is going to boil down to the teams picking in what order. I think I got these off. I picked this order off a mixture of Vegas odds and the website, the Draft Network, where you can do your own mock draft. But yeah, he had a 67.2 completion percentage. I mean, it's 1A, 1B. You know, it depends on the team and what they like.
Yeah, and he had a worse receiving core than Trevor Lawrence did last year.
Well, that's arguable, but
I mean, he was throwing to Austin Mack when he was throwing to T. Higgins and Justin Ross, and he had Travis Etienne, one of the best pass catchers out of the backfield in the NCAA.
I mean, I understand that, but Austin Mack, Benjamin Victor, they're not slouches.
Well, not for college football. He had 2 guys who T. Higgins should have been a first-round pick.
This year's draft was weird, but that's neither here nor there. All right, with the second pick, I got the Washington Redskins taking Justin Fields. He just gave you all the statistics. I mean, 6'3", 223. He's a great runner. He's a great passer. I got Trevor Lawrence ahead of him. You got Fields ahead of Lawrence. It's personal preference right here. You're splitting hairs. They're both great.
I've just seen Justin Fields make throws that I don't think Trevor Lawrence can make.
I've seen Lawrence rolling out to his right and throw across his body and drop it on a dime.
I've seen Justin Fields do that too.
It's whatever you like. I mean, I look at it, if Fields was so great, he took Fromm's job.
I just think Kirby Smart loved Jake Fromm. All right, at number 2, I have the Washington Redskins taking Trevor Lawrence. Quarterback from Clemson, 6'6", strong arm. I don't think Dwayne Haskins works out whatsoever in any way. Had a horrible rookie year. He threw for around 3,700 yards, and he ran for 560 yards.
I mean, but you know, Stephen A. said that Dwayne Haskins was a mobile quarterback. He couldn't believe that Danny Dimes got taken before Dwayne Haskins.
A runner more than a thrower.
A runner.
Yeah, it's whoever you like. It don't really matter.
Yeah. 1A, 1B, however you want to put it. You're splitting hairs. All right, with the third pick, I got the Cincinnati Bengals taking Penn Sewell. If this kid is an offensive tackle, if he'd have been draft eligible this year, he'd have been the first tackle taken off the board. He's 6'6", 325. He won the Outland Trophy in 2019. He is a straight beast of an offensive tackle. He is a mauler. I mean, he does everything right.
Yeah, he really contained our Auburn Tiger defenders in that first game last year.
Yeah.
And he's a left tackle, so he's a blindside tackle, which he would have definitely gone first. Somebody might have jumped the Giants at 3 to try to go get it.
Well, the Giants were at 4, but yeah, I know what you're saying.
They jumped over y'all to go to 3.
Yeah.
To go get him. And he's 6'6".
Oh yeah, that's right. You got him. You got him coming off third too.
Yeah.
It's very possible if whoever is drafting at number 1, if they don't need a quarterback, if they have one, this cat could be the first overall pick.
Yeah.
Very possible.
He
is just that good.
One of the best tackles we've seen in a long time. And
one of the best we've seen, in my opinion, since Orlando Pace coming out of college. I mean.
Yeah. Just massive offensive tackle, technician, got everything.
Yeah, got long arms, big hands. He's wide in the hips. I mean, he's everything you want. All right, I have with the 4th pick, the Carolina Panthers taking Micah Parsons, linebacker out of Penn State at 6'3", 245 pounds, had 109 total tackles, 52 solo, 5 sacks, 4 forced fumbles. This kid plays like Dante Hightower a few years come out of Alabama and went to the Patriots. He is a very good technician linebacker, does everything good, not one thing great. He is everything you want in a middle linebacker. And I honestly thought this past draft that Carolina was going to take Isaiah Simmons when he fell to him. But if they are drafting right here, this is can't miss. This will fill the hole in the middle of their defense.
Yeah, he's also pretty versatile. I've seen him trot out to the side and go outside linebacker and bull rush. I think he has like 4 sacks.
Yeah.
He can get in the backfield. He just does everything right.
He's very good. Very solid young linebacker.
All right, number 4, I have the new Carolina Panthers selecting Gregory Rousseau, edge rusher. He has 54 total tackles last year, 19.5 tackles for loss, 15.5 sacks, finished second behind Chase Young last year. Best edge rusher in the draft.
2 forced fumbles, 6'6", 260 pounds. Last year was his first year starting. He's kind of one of them tweener type players. I think he went to Miami as a linebacker, and they kind of put some weight on him and put him on the edge. I think if we have a football season this year in college, it's really going to benefit the scouts, the draft evaluators, and himself to see if he can replicate that and bring it back again this year, and that would really solidify him as a top 5, top 10 talent.
Yeah,
but looking from the stats from last year, if that's all you had to go off of, yeah, he would have been in this past year's draft. He would have been the second edge rusher taken.
Yeah, he's really going to help Carolina, who didn't have a great pass rush last year, even though they had the big names on the D-line. Quan Short, Atari Bow, I forget the other guy's name. But he's really going to help them because they lost those guys last year.
Yeah.
He's going to really help their defense.
All right, this is going to be a quick and easy one. I got the Jets taking Gregory Rousseau. He just gave you all the information. We kind of talked back and forth about him. Like I said, I really hope we have a college season this year. Kind of see if this kid can replicate the production. I really hope he can. At heart, I'm a Auburn Tigers fan, but I don't want none of these kids to have bad seasons. I want them all to have great seasons. And, that's not the world we live in. They can't do it, but I'd love to see the kid replicate the production Be a real high draft pick.
Best edge rusher in the draft?
Yeah. Unless another one.
All right, number 5, I have the Jets selecting Jamar Chase. The Jets desperately need receiver. Bad. Like they let their best receiver go, and Robbie Anderson was, I think, he was an undrafted free agent.
Yeah, possibly. I don't recall.
I mean, he's 6'1", 200 pounds, 1,780 yards, 21.2 yards per catch, 20 touchdowns. I mean, something's better than nothing.
Well, that was on 85 receptions.
Yeah.
21.2 yard average.
They had a receiver go, Justin Jefferson went in the first round this year, and he wasn't even the best receiver on the team.
No, he was not. Jamar Chase was by far the best receiver in college football last year.
Yeah, I think he led the entire country in receiving.
Yeah, 1,780 yards, 20 touchdowns.
Yeah, this past year they drafted Mekhi Becton, who's going to be their offensive tackle of the future.
Yeah.
I understand that, but I mean, they have to get something at receiver.
They got so many holes. I think, for me personally, I think edge rusher is a bigger need. But if it falls like you got it and the Panthers take the edge rusher, I can't argue with them taking the receiver.
They desperately need receiver help. Sam Darnold can't be thrown to nobody.
Yeah.
He's not Tom Brady.
Well, who is? All right, with the 6th pick, I got the New York Football Giants selecting Jamar Chase, wide receiver, out of LSU. Bubba just gave you all his stats. Now, I barely have Jamar Chase ahead of Devonta Smith. I think everybody is sleeping on Devonta Smith, the wide receiver from Alabama. I think he is very good. I think he was mired on the depth chart behind arguably the best receiver in this past draft.
And the first receiver taken.
And the burner, the first receiver taken in this past draft. Well, I think he's ahead of Jalen Waddle, however you say his name, because I think he was used more as a punt returner and kick returner because of his speed.
They both split time.
Yeah, but I think everybody's sleeping on him. Devonta Smith was the hero of the national championship game against Georgia. He caught the overtime pass that won the game for him.
Well, that was just because the defense broke down.
You still got to catch it, son. I mean, this kid's got very soft hands.
And to
you know,
he had no choice but to catch that.
Yeah, but you know that they said that Judy was the route runner, Ruggs was the speed, Devontae catches everything.
Yeah, he has the best hands on it.
Yeah, and I think everybody's sleeping on him. I think Devonta Smith will be a top 10 pick.
I highly doubt it.
And
I just don't see
with I really hope we get a college football season this year, because I think he's gonna blow up 80 plus receptions, 15 to 1700 yards, 15 to 20 touchdowns.
I mean, we don't even know who's going to be starting at Bama next year at quarterback.
It really don't matter. I personally think it's gonna be Mac Jones. I think everybody's sleeping on Devonta Smith.
I mean, I just don't see how the Jets pass. I get, like, you taking the edge rusher, but Greg Williams will find a way to get a pass rush. I mean,
right, but
Jamal Adams had 6.5 sacks last year at safety.
Right, but you know, it was really hard for me, you know, through 4 picks to pass on Rousseau. But when you look at, and I know I'm big against drafting against, you know, for need in the first round. I really believe you take the best player available. But how do you pass on 2 quarterbacks that are great, and then you pass on arguably the most talented tackle we've had since Orlando Pace? And Carolina don't need an edge rush as much as they need a Kuechly replacement.
I mean, Shaq Thompson's the freak athlete. But
right, but is he a Kuechly replacement? And I think Michael Parsons could be there. And then I got the Jets taking the best player available, which happens to be one of their biggest needs. You can find good receivers in second, third, fourth round,
Yeah,
like they did this past year with Denzel Mims. They found a good receiver.
And that's my philosophy on it. But if you have Jamar Chase, you don't pass on Jamar Chase.
Right, but do you pass on a transitional edge rusher?
When you have Greg Williams as your D coordinator, he'll find a way to get in the backfield.
Okay, I agree with that. You know, we're arguing the same point.
Yeah.
You know,
And
you're
honestly,
just arguing it for a different player than I am.
I just think Jamar Chase is too good to pass up at that point. When you need receivers, the way they need receivers. I mean, they have Demaryius Thomas is a broken down old receiver, but he was one of their best receivers last year, and they let him go. I think their best receiver now is Jamison Crowder. They let Robbie Anderson go.
Yeah, and they're bringing in Denzel Mims. Got great speed, good
Well, I mean, like you
hands.
said, he only ran 3 different routes in college.
Well, run them 3 routes in the ground. You know.
And Le'Veon Bell had an awful year last year.
Well, I understand that, but you know, we're splitting hairs here.
All right, number 6, I have the New York Giants selecting Micah Parsons, linebacker from Penn State. The whole reason I have them taking him is because I am not a Blake Martinez believer. Blake Martinez is not the answer at middle linebacker for the Giants in any way.
I can go with it.
3 years, $30 million is not a good contract for a
It
bad
is.
middle linebacker.
It is a average contract for a average middle linebacker.
He's not average. He's below average. He's a stat padding. Believe me, I watched this man blow coverage over and over again, hit the wrong hole over and over again. Micah Parsons is a very good middle linebacker. I believe he'll come in, just take the job from him first year. They'll be stuck with Blake Martinez's contract, just like they're stuck with the tackle contract.
Well, see, the difference in Solder's contract and Martinez's contract is the way Martinez's contract was made is they can get out of it with a very minimal cap hit.
I understand, but
The Solder's contract is $20 million a year, and when they signed him, it looked like it was going to be a very good signing. You were getting a top blindside tackle at a top price.
I get that. It's just I cannot stand Blake Martinez, and I was a defender, but then I realized he can't cover a trash can. He can't cover anything. You stick him on a lot, running back, he's getting cooked. Tight end, he's getting cooked. Receiver, he's getting cooked. He can't cover anything. And he's not as good a run stuffer as he looks.
Son, he's led the league in tackles each of the last 3 years.
Just watch how he gets those tackles. Just watch how he gets them.
I don't care how he gets them as long as he gets them.
That he gets them. He is the most stat padding linebacker in the league.
And he's getting paid.
I watched this man blow coverage over and over. I watched this guy get ran over and over again.
But you don't have to worry about him no more. He's not at the Packers.
Thank Jesus. I'll take Kamal Martin.
We'll take it.
Okay. Sorry for the rant.
With 7th pick, I got the Detroit Lions taking Marvin Wilson, D lineman out of Florida State. 6'5", 311 pounds, 44 total tackles, 19 solo, 5 sacks, 1 forced fumble. Just a big guy, plug up the middle. I think he can work in the 3-4 or the 4-3. And the 3-4, he's going to clog up the middle, demand a double team, free up your linebackers. The 4-3, he's going to clog up whatever gap he's assigned to on that play. More than likely command a double team and free up your linebackers.
Yeah, Marvin was a good snacks replacement. Snacks Harrison, good replacement for him. Get up to quarterback 5.5 sacks.
Oh, that's right. You got Detroit taking him too. All right. For this mock, Vegas odds and the Draft Network has Miami getting 2 top 10 picks, number 8 and 9. With their first one, I got them taking Javon Holland, safety out of Oregon. He is 6'1", 196 pounds. He had 66 total tackles, 40 for solo, 4 interceptions, 4 passes defended. This cat's got 9 interceptions over the past 2 seasons.
Yeah, he also took one to the house last year.
Yeah. He's a very good safety, very flexible. He can come down in the box.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, and he's a pretty big safety at 6'1", 195, 66 tackles. He said 4 interceptions.
yeah.
Really helps their defensive backfield. They took Byron Jones. I mean, they signed Byron Jones in free agency. They went and they drafted Noah Igbenogany.
And now they get their safety.
Yeah. Very defensive-minded coach from the New England Patriots. He's just very heavy on defense.
With pick number 9, I got Devonta Smith, 6'1", 175 pounds, 68 receptions last year in that crowded wide receiver room. 1,256 yards, 14 touchdowns, 18 and a half per catch.
Yeah. I have been taking Creed Humphrey, center from Oklahoma. Oklahoma always has a good offensive line.
Yeah.
At least under Lincoln Riley.
They always had good offensive line under Pop Stoops too.
6'5", 315-ish.
Yeah. Good, solid offensive lineman. I think, again, if we have a college football season this year, he's going to benefit a little bit more experience because he went back instead of coming out for the draft.
I feel like if you're projected in the first round, never go back for your senior year. I don't care. Under no circumstances do you come out.
Well, he was
stay.
He was that fringe first, early second.
I don't care. Your stock can fall so fast. You can lose so much money. You can go to a horrible situation.
Yeah.
I feel like you should never go back.
I mean, looking at it from a 16, 17-year-old standpoint.
Under no circumstances, if you are projected first or second round pick, never go back. Learn from Matt Barkley's decision.
I see your point, but I also see theirs in going back. I mean,
You can always go back to college. You can never go back to the NFL.
make a point. Pick number 10, I got the Broncos taking Creed Humphrey, the kid who went back. At 6'5", 315, solid center, Oklahoma.
Good, solid center.
Yeah, shouldn't have went back to school.
Number 10, I have the Denver Broncos selecting Dylan Moses. This is one of their biggest needs at middle linebacker. Kind of a risk. He didn't play a single game last year. I think it was like a torn patella or something. But his sophomore season, he had a very good year. 86 tackles, 10 tackles for loss, 3.5 sacks. 1 interception in his freshman year. Just a good linebacker.
Yeah, I mean, he's the one in the middle of that defense that orchestrates everybody, you know. And Nick Saban's defense, if you're going to be the middle linebacker, you have to be intelligent because you'll see him out there on the field. The offense will check their play. He'll check the defense, you know. He's just a very smart, very good football player. I hate it for the kid, all the injuries. But if we get a football season this year and he stays healthy, I don't see why he can't be a top 10 pick.
They haven't been able to solve their linebacker issue since Brandon Marshall fell off and when they had that great defense when they made that Super Bowl run. I think he can be that. Not the greatest athlete at linebacker, but he's very smart. Very smart, just does what he needs to do. I don't see why they wouldn't take him. I don't know what other needs they really have. I mean,
Center.
Well, offensive line, obviously, you can always improve your offensive line. They good defensive backfield, even with Chris Harris leaving. Vic Fangio, I think he'd love to have Dylan Moses on the defense.
It'd be like another Danny Trevathan and Roquan Smith.
Just smart linebacker. Coming out from under Nick Saban, who's one of the greatest defensive coaches we've ever seen.
Right.
I don't see why they wouldn't take him.
I don't either. But that's part one of our 2021 way too early mock draft. We'll get another one out, do 11 through 20. Be on the lookout. If you liked it, please hit that thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell. Have a good one. Retired.
Hold up. Selena, go!
Oh.
Stop!